A UN panel is pushing for the release of WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. He has been claiming asylum in London's Ecuadorian embassy since 2012 to avoid questioning in Sweden about rape allegations. The human rights panel now calling Assange a victim of, quote, arbitrary detention. Benjamin Hall in London to sort all this out for us this morning. Benjamin, what's the latest here?
Martha, a very confusing decision by the UN today, which effectively says that Julian Assange has been illegally detained by Britain and Sweden, despite the fact that he's never been in their custody, despite the fact that he decided to seek sanctuary in the Ecuadorian embassy. He's been holed up in that embassy since 2012 and has refused to come out to face allegations of rape and sexual assault in Sweden. There's a warrant out for his arrest on those charges and an extradition agreement between Britain and Sweden. But Mr. Assange refuses to leave, claiming that the charges against him are politically motivated. He fears that if he returns to Sweden to face those rape allegations, that the US will then request his extradition to face charges relating to the release of hundreds of thousands of secret US diplomatic and military documents, which he released via his site WikiLeaks. Martha.
So what do we think happens next here? Will he get out? Is this ruling legally binding?
Well, there's been a big debate about that today. Julian Assange, of course, saying this is a victory for him. This is legally binding, that he should now be allowed to leave the embassy. The British government taking a different stance and saying, no, it's not, and that if he steps foot outside, he will be arrested. The UN panel, which made this decision, is called the Working Group on Arbitrary Detention. And it insists that Mr. Assange's detention should, quote, be brought to an end, that his physical integrity and freedom of movement be respected. However, the British Foreign Secretary responded today, calling the ruling ridiculous.
Their conclusion is flawed in law. Julian Assange is a fugitive from justice. He's hiding from justice in the Ecuadorian embassy.
The British government has spent close to $15 million to police the embassy in central London in case he leaves, and they've said that if he does so, he will still be arrested, but that he's free to make that decision for himself. So at the moment, it seems as if not much is going to change. Assange will remain in the embassy, and that means that he won't face prosecution for any of the charges that he faces around the world. Martha.
Been in there since 2012. What a story. Benjamin, thanks.